feel like recently you've had some vivid dreams, and I feel like one of your ancestors has been trying to reach out to you, whether it's through dreams or maybe you're hearing things, or suddenly, someone who is an ancestor of yours, whether it's a grandmother or someone that's passed away from your family that maybe you were quite close to, or someone a little bit more sort of distant that you still kind of know the name of. This person is trying to reach out to you, and it's happening at a very, very powerful time. And the powerful time that it's happening on is the 7th of September, which is a full moon. A full moon. Okay, so the reason right now that you might be feeling sort of a lot of energies in regards to ancestors, spirit guides, angels, maybe you're seeing a lot of feathers, you're seeing crows, you are seeing butterflies, you are seeing repeating numbers like 1111, 444, 88, you may be seeing 222, you might be seeing 1010. All of these synchronicities are guiding you to the same place, okay? All of these avenues take you to the same path. And that is so, so powerful because we have here temperance, okay? If you are watching this today, it means that you are meant to hear these messages, okay? There is a full moon, and a full moon can feel quite full, okay? It can feel like your stomach is literally too full to the point where it's going to burst. Sometimes you get very thirsty. I don't know if you do this, but if you get really thirsty and you drink a lot of water, but then you drink accidentally a bit too much, you feel like, you feel too full. Sometimes you do something and you feel a bit too kind of full by it, or, you enjoy a specific kind of meal and then you eat it, you want to eat that meal again, but then next time you eat it, you kind of feel like, okay, I've really had that, There's an energy here where there is more fullness coming, but in a way that doesn't hurt you. So what I mean by this, okay, is that some of you have thought to yourself, oh, I just really want to, I just really want a relationship. I really just want a relationship. I just really want money. And then you get that money, but it doesn't give you satisfaction. It doesn't give you joy. It doesn't give you happiness. Well, now that's going to change, because I feel here that you're going to get fullness with comfort. So what that means is that you will be able to have, for example, if you want money, you will have the money, but it will come with peace. It will come with stability. It will come with joy. It will come with excitement. It will come with fulfillment, not problems. If you want love, it will come with, a real sense of feeling satisfied, a real sense of feeling fulfilled, feeling seen and heard and valued, okay? And that's what comes after this particular full moon, is that you will start to feel full, but in a very, very good way. And also with the Three of Swords here, you've been through a lot of pain, a lot of sadness, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of just feeling confused as to how certain people can be and how certain people can treat you so poorly and treat you like that you don't even matter. There's a very powerful energy here of feeling loved, feeling happy, feeling secure, feeling genuinely just really, really excited, and not having to, sort of constantly worry. So that's the thing that I see here with the Four of Wands, okay? Four of Wands, 11-11 energy. This really does go to show here that this full moon is basically saying you need to become a mirror for what it is that you want to attract. So for example, if you want to attract love, you must have a lot of love within yourself, which you already do, but you have to believe in yourself, okay? Because one thing I see here is that you have a lot of love, but then you also have a lot of doubt, okay? And if you want, for example, a person to commit to you, you must also commit to yourself. If you want someone to love you, you must also love yourself, right? Not just be looking for love in the arms of someone else or in the hands of someone else. It's really about, okay, if I want joy, I must find joy within myself. If I want a home, I must be the home first, So basically it's saying mirror what you want, which is the energy of temperance. And that just makes your energy high vibrational. And when your energy becomes very high vibrational, the full moon will be able to recognize that sense of fullness within yourself first, and then will bring in the events and the opportunities that match your energy. So for example, you're high vibrational here, okay? You feel full, you are committed to yourself, you love yourself, you're vibrating at that level. The energy is high vibrational. You will get an opportunity here with career, with money, with stability that then vibrates that equal level, okay? Same with love, vibrates at that equal level. Same with friendships, equal levels. Same with co-workers, equal levels. Same with, strangers that you meet as well, equal level. And so that's very, very, very important, okay? Really important. If there's anything you need to know from this particular full moon, is that today, today is an important day to do that work within yourself, because the 7th of September, okay, is when the full moon is, but it's really resembling and representing the fact that you don't want to neglect yourself, because you might be busy thinking about everyone else and how they're all feeling and what they're all doing and how they all are, and how do they view me, and how do they do, why is it always about them? Why is it always about them? Why isn't it about you? Because I think you're spectacular. I think that you're special. And I do not think that you should be neglecting yourself in any way, shape, or form, because it's not helping you. It's actually hindering you from growing. Because when you make everything about everyone else, you're literally just manifesting for them. You're not doing anything for yourself. You're not manifesting for yourself. You're not uplifting yourself. You're just so focused and so busy on uplifting everybody else that you're actually neglecting yourself in the process. And that isn't great. That isn't great. That's not good. It's not gonna make you feel good, okay? You must also balance that energy out by thinking about yourself and doing way more for yourself, okay? Because I feel like you do things for yourself, but you don't do enough for yourself. So it's just an observation, okay? And 7 of Cups with the 7 of Swords. I think it's pretty much what I literally said. So as a reader, I say things and then it literally just comes out on the cards, but that's exactly what I just said. See, there are lots and lots of things here that are going to come your way in terms of opportunities, but I think that sometimes you neglect yourself. Sometimes I do think that you neglect yourself. You think about yourself, but then you equally feel bad, like, but if I do this, then I don't want that person to feel sort of left out. Or if I grow in my career, I don't want that person to feel like, they've been left behind. Why? I'm just going to say something. Sometimes other people have not cared, right? If you get left behind. They haven't cared. And I'm not saying you need to be at that level and you need to not care about them, but sometimes you do have to put yourself first, okay? And you have to not always put everybody else first. They always say, right? For example, on airplanes, put your mask on before you help others. That oxygen mask that drops. Put your mask on first, and then you attend to others. Why? Because actually, if you don't put your mask on first and you're helping everyone else, you will run out of oxygen. Whereas if you put your mask on first, it's a few seconds of your time, but then you can help everybody else and you are still alive. I just feel here that you have drained yourself a lot in helping other people, being there for other people, but then no one's there for you in the end. You've depleted yourself of vital energy that you've needed for yourself. And I think now is the time that you put on that mask first. You can still continue to wish people well, but it's really about prioritizing also yourself. Like, you must prioritize yourself too. Basically, the full moon wants you to be full of yourself. I know that sounds a bit like egotistical, but that's not coming from a place of ego, because you're not egotistical, right? I think that it's just really, really important that you do have fullness, because I think what's happened here is that you feel full and then you feel uncomfortably full, but that's because you're not used to feeling full. You're always used to feeling half full, half this, half that. You're not used to feeling good for yourself, right? And I think also as well, this could be from childhood, but you've always been taught to attend to the needs of others before yourself. You've always taught to be putting other people above yourself, and now the universe wants you to feel full and to feel good about the fact that you feel full and you've done it for yourself, and to not feel like you can't put yourself first, or that you're neglecting other people by putting yourself first. No, you're just putting yourself first. You can still care about others. There's a mindset change that's happening here where you're starting to realize, I will put myself first and I will look after myself, because other people do that, and it's actually quite healthy to also put myself first to a certain degree and to put my needs in that place. So it's kind of what you're doing here, okay? It's kind of what you're doing. Sevens really represent change. It represents here a different kind of philosophy, okay? As we see with these two sevens, okay? There's a certain element of philosophy that sort of comes in here, like, who am I? What do I want? How have I been raised? And how do I want to be going forward? What can I change? What serves me? What suits me? What do I feel is important? And what doesn't give me joy anymore? See, I say things, okay, and then as a reader, everything that I say literally comes out on the cards. I'm not even joking. What does it say there? Reviewing truths, taking new perspectives and possibilities into consideration. Do not take anything for granted, which you already don't, right? But again, look what we have here. What is that? Is that a 7? Is that a 7? Is that a 7? 7 of air? I'm telling you, you're reviewing everything right now, and that's okay because we have a full moon, but you will feel really good about yourself, you know, doing things for yourself, loving yourself, taking yourself places, and you won't feel uncomfortable about it. You will actually feel full of yourself in a positive way, okay? In a really strong way. Now, I do offer personal services, readings, rituals, intention items. Everything is listed down below and is on shopmoonlightguidance.com. This reading is really sort of for the 7th of September in terms of, you know, sort of how you'll be feeling, the energies around it and that kind of thing. I do also have TikTok and Instagram. I post short readings on there every day. Moonlight.guidance on Instagram, Moonlight Guidance on TikTok. And I really hope that this reading helps you, gives you lots of clarity, information, knowledge, you know, really just sort of brings a perspective into the picture that you just really need to know about, okay? Bye.